Why does Earth seem to have been deliberately placed here? Even a slight deviation, and perhaps we wouldn't exist. To give you an intuitive understanding this time, you'll throw me off the spaceship and experience the most terrifying environments on these moons in the solar system. Then you'll realise how rare a perfect Earth is in the universe. First stop, I'll begin with Titan, often called the most hopeful. As Saturn's giant moon, Titan's extremely cold temperatures and dense atmosphere will make for an incredibly dangerous journey for me. It's the only moon in the solar system with a dense atmosphere. Instantly, a heavy pressure descends. The atmospheric pressure here is 1.5 times that of Earth. I feel like I'm 15 meters deep underwater. The surroundings are dim and yellowish. Atmospheric analysis shows 95% nitrogen and 5% methane. I need to constantly check my spacesuit's seal. Any hint of oxygen leakage could trigger a catastrophic explosion. I cautiously begin to explore. Look, there are lakes shimmering in the distance. This is the only celestial body in the solar system besides Earth with liquid lakes on its surface. The temperature here is extremely low. Liquid methane falls like rain, forming these lakes. The detector shows the lakes are filled with liquid methane at 180 degrees Celsius. As I was collecting samples along the lake, I slipped and fell into the frigid lake. Methane's density is only half that of water, so I can't float at all. Before I could even struggle, my body rapidly sank out of control, so fast that not even a ripple spread. I won't drown, because before I realised I needed to breathe, my lungs and entire body were completely frozen within seconds, turning me into an eternal ice sculpture. This experience gets a perfect score. If 10 is the highest, I give Titan 9 points. My demise was swift and unique. I deducted 1 point because I was almost killed twice, once by freezing and once by the potential explosion risk. Since we're still near Saturn, let's go see Enceladus. The temperature here is even lower than Titan's, reaching 201 degrees Celsius. Its diameter is only 504 kilometers, 10 times smaller than Titan, so the gravity here is only 0.113 meters per square second, 100 times lower than Earth's. Its minuscule size also means that under Saturn's immense gravitational pull, any seismic activity can be felt anywhere on this moon. These activities are incredibly powerful, tearing entire ice sheets and throwing them into space, or triggering powerful moonquakes that could bury me, swallowing me in ice and snow. Beneath these ice layers that almost buried me, there's a hidden ocean. In the South Polar region, the ice shell thickness is about 1.94 kilometers. I see giant geysers in the distance erupting from cracks in the crust, continuously spraying ice crystals into space, constantly feeding material into Saturn's magnificent ring. When I try to dig through the ice, the detector issues a fatal warning. These eruptions contain not only ice but also large amounts of gases deeply buried in the core: methane, nitrogen, carbon monoxide, and hydrogen cyanide. This is the poison spies take in espionage movies to avoid interrogation. Scientists believe hydrogen cyanide is one of the chemical bases for creating life, but when it's sprayed directly onto your face, it's a signal of life's end. A strong jet erupts without warning from a crack at my feet, directly hitting my face shield. Within a minute I experienced respiratory failure, seizures, and then it was all over. What a shame. I died before I even had a chance to explore the vast ocean beneath that ice layer. This time I give Enceladus 4 points. The process was a bit messy, and I didn't even get to see the most essential part of this planet, the underground ocean. The experience was too poor. Saturn has too many moons. It's impossible to die on every single one. But there's one we absolutely must see. Mimas, a real-life Death Star. The giant Herschel impact crater on its surface is 130 kilometers in diameter and 10 kilometers deep, like a giant eye staring into the abyss. This giant crater, like something out of an anime convention, makes me want to explore it. As I leap into this giant crater, the gravity here is extremely low, only 0.044 meters per square second. So this will be a long fall, a full 9 minutes. In the endless darkness, the only thing I can do is wait for the final impact. Although the descent started slowly, by the time I hit the bottom of the crater, my speed had accelerated to 129 kilometers per hour. To wait 9 minutes just for that final splat. The foreplay was too long. Bad review, I give it 3 points. Leaving Saturn, next stop we go to Mars's largest moon, Phobos. If you thought Mimas was small, Phobos is a miniature world. Its diameter is only 22 kilometers. Its small size naturally means incredibly weak gravity, only 0.1% of Earth's. Here, I feel like a light jump could turn me into Superman. I excitedly drive the rover, speeding across the rugged surface. But the escape velocity here is only 41 kilometers per hour. I accidentally pressed the accelerator a little too hard, and then I could never come back. My rover and I drift alone into the endless void, watching the tiny planet grow further and further away from me. My end will be suffocation in absolute solitude after the oxygen in my life support system runs out. Ironically, Phobos itself is doomed, just like me. It's falling towards Mars at a rate of 2 centimeters per year. In about 50 million years, it will be completely torn apart by Mars's gravity. Overall, this experience was fun, so I give Phobos 8 points. The ending, with its irony and solitude of being exiled into space forever, due to speed and passion, is very story-like. Not bad. Now let's go to the coldest place in the solar system, Triton. It receives 900 times less sunlight than Earth. Any light is directly reflected back into space by its icy surface. My spacesuit's external sensors show 232 degrees Celsius. The air here is almost entirely nitrogen, but the most lethal thing is that nitrogen's freezing point is 210 degrees. This means that on Triton, even the air itself will condense into frost on my face. This extreme cold is something no spacesuit can withstand for long. I can feel the heat from my life support system rapidly dissipating. My lungs sting from the increasingly cold circulating air I inhale. My blood feels like it's about to freeze. They say there are ice volcanoes here, but I won't even have a chance to see them. Death in such an environment takes only a few minutes, and because of the extreme cold, my body will be numb so I won't feel any pain. This experience gets 1 point for Triton. There's only incredible cold here. Not fun at all. I died too quickly, with no experience. Bad review. Let's go back to our familiar Jupiter. Every celestial body here is vastly different, so I can experience a series of spectacular ways to die. I'll start with Ganymede, the largest moon in the solar system. It has a diameter of 5,270 kilometers. This moon is larger than Mercury. Not only is it huge, but it also has a metallic iron core, making it the only known moon with its own magnetic field. Due to its magnetic field continuously interacting with Jupiter's magnetic field, this moon has strong auroras, just like Earth. However, behind this beautiful scenery is a death trap because Jupiter's magnetic field is so strong and immense that Ganymede actually orbits within its magnetic field, and Ganymede has its own magnetic field. The interaction between the two magnetic fields can be extremely destructive. So, orbiting near Jupiter places me within Jupiter's huge and deadly radiation belt, with an intensity comparable to an exposed nuclear reactor core. Spacesuit electronics are fragile. The strong radiation instantly destroyed my electronic system, followed by the life support system depressurizing. Such rapid depressurization caused the air in my body to violently rush out of my lungs, forming bubbles in my blood. My blood instantly boiled. The most regrettable thing is that I only found out after I died that the auroras here are ultraviolet light, and my naked eyes actually can't see them at all. I had wanted to give this moon 7 points, but I didn't see the auroras, so I can only give it 1 point. Next stop is Callisto. This is the oldest shooting range in the solar system, with the most cratered surface. The reason for coming here is that there is almost no geological activity on this moon. Unlike many other moons and planets where volcanic eruptions, plate movements, or other forces reshape the surface over time, Callisto's crust has remained almost unchanged for billions of years. There is also no atmosphere here, meaning nothing can protect me. An insignificant meteoroid strikes at a speed of 50,000 kilometers per hour, like a supersonic bullet, easily piercing my spacesuit. Pressure builds, my body ruptures, followed by instant freezing in an environment of 140 degrees Celsius. The way I died this time, like this planet, is ancient and unchanging. The scene isn't very pretty. For this experience, I can only give Callisto 2 points. But when it comes to ugly scenes, that would be Io. As the spaceship slowly approaches that planet covered in yellow sulfur, with volcanoes everywhere and lava flowing, It's enough to show that this is a true hell. So, I decided to abandon this landing. My next target, I think, should be some lesser-known moons, such as Charon, Pluto's largest moon. But Pluto is small, so all its moons are obviously small. This means weak gravity. So, the escape velocity here is 2100 km per hour. I can recklessly step on the accelerator. Look, Charon's surface is covered with mountains and canyons. These features all indicate that there used to be unstable geological activity. This is because billions of years ago, Charon's geological activity was once very active. Charon's internal heat caused its ice shell to crack, forming huge tectonic rifts and even triggering ice volcano eruptions. But that era has long passed. Due to no tidal heating from Pluto, Charon has cooled down and become a frozen, silent world. But my wheels got stuck. Here, there is no violent death, only endless waiting. Communications are cut off. Rescue is hopeless. My end is not death, but companionship with eternal solitude on this cold planet far from the sun until supplies run out. This experience, I give Charon 6 points. Although there's no instant thrill, this prolonged despair has a unique flavour. Last stop, I finally return to a familiar place, the moon. From here, I can clearly see our blue home, and a false sense of security arises. I can even see you watching me from Earth. But danger comes from the smallest things. A tiny meteoroid impact leaves an almost imperceptible crack on my helmet. The moon's extremely tiny, sharp, and electrostatically charged dust enters my respiratory system through the crack. This dust is like countless tiny shards of glass, tearing my lungs from the inside. I start coughing blood, eventually suffocating in my own blood, my eyes still gazing at Earth in the distance. This experience, I give the moon 9 points. This ending is full of drama and tragedy, being able to gaze at home but unable to return. My journey of seeking death ends here. Every time a mission ends, it proves the same thing. In the grand scale of the universe, life is such a fragile accident. Do we look up at the stars to find the next home, or to better understand ourselves? Perhaps the end of exploration is not to find another perfect Earth, but to learn how to protect the one we are lucky enough to have now.